No rhythm. Lost all of that. Going through the motions, not flowing in terms of their passing. As a result, they haven't created that many chances.
Keke almost occupying a left-back role momentarily. Touch from Mayo, and he's almost put Wade Lekay in. Exquisite control from Kanyisa Mayo.
He is just enjoying his football, Kanyisa Mayo. He has matured. Eric Tinkler was saying, I think when he started him, he played him up front. And quickly switched him to play on the left, moved him to the right, which is where he seems to be excelling.
But he's been rewarded with 3 goals and 3 assists in all competitions from Kanyisa Mayo. This lovely one-touch passing from Cape Town City. Bina couldn't retain it. This is Nyama. Sonoka. Spent 6 seasons at Maritzburg United, now captaining TS Galaxy. He's a player who, as you said earlier, Brian, has showed incredible maturation. Mashego to Khuriman.
He just does the simple things so well. Passes the ball, gives you an option to play it back to him.
Kize being closed down to Makhawa, who's hoping to dispossess him as he had done earlier on. Kanyisa Mayo blocked off by his opposite number, Nyama.
So if ever somebody tells you that defenders are not skillful, you must say no. Watch Mkize there. Because he was very skillful. They seem frustrated. They can't get their rhythm, their passing rhythm right. Here's Galaxy going through the motions, committing so many silly fouls, putting themselves under pressure. And I think so far you have Cape Town City who are enjoying themselves. I mean, in that midfield, Hudeman just pulling the strings, supported by Mukeke.
Then Munya has to turn it behind for a corner.
Captain of the Little Dog Black Leopards.
Mayo over to take the corner. In my earlier statement, 6 goal contributions, 4 goals, 2 assists in all competitions, not 3-3. Looking for another assist though. Pasika rises. We'll kick it. Time on the ball.
Too much time on the ball, and they dictating the tempo of this game. More like they are the hosts themselves, Cape Town City. The congestion in that midfield, and they are making, more action. Cape Town City. Not to be done by TS Galaxy. Pasika assessing his options. Back to Darren Keats.
was injured at the beginning of last season, just after Cape Town City recruited him. Only made one appearance in the league. That was in a 5-1 win over Baraka in April. Otherwise, Hugo Marks appeared 29 times in the league, and it looked like it was going to be a real fight for that #1 position this term, but Marks has since gone back to his native Angola. There's another look at that offside call after Keith's delivery upfield. Last season, Hugo Marks in the 2-0 win against TS Galaxy in early May kept his 14th clean sheet, which was a new record, club record for Cape Town City. Here comes Skeleto Magawa. Brilliant tackle from Fasika. It almost seemed casual in the way he stuck out a foot, but he timed it expertly. Khudimai gets the call against him after tangling with Sanoka.
But then Makala, you can't beat them all. There are times where I think you need to use the option which I think he had with his teammate on the left-hand side. It's good. It looked good when he was improvising, slicing through. Players, he got fouled. Good places, I tell you. Is baie goed, dis goed. Baie goed. Too good. Just like the way he does the simple things so well. Link up play.
Yeah, he's blessed with good height as well. It hasn't seemed to compromise his athleticism though. So it's Kanyisa Mayo's goal that separates these two sides. TS Galaxy came into the match yet to concede in the league this season. 5 consecutive clean sheets, having never previously managed more than 3 on the trot, and even that's a feat they only managed once. Velusi Buthelezi finally beaten this term. But he had a good run. They'll be hoping that they don't manage to get another one past him and give TS Galaxy an opportunity to get back into this match and pick up some points on their home patch. But Cape Town City came here with intent, and they lead after 45.
Upgrade to the awesome new Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Available at participating retailers. Awesome's what we're doing.
Yabona umuntu ufana nami who likes top notch things. I know where to get nice things at a nice price. That's why ngivele ngithi shwi eMcDonald. Ngithi quarter deluxe wabanjani. Hey, madoda, imnandi lento. Nazo. Get the quarter deluxe regular meal for only $49.90. A deal for the smart spender. Nazo. I know where to get nice things at a nice price. Get the quarter deluxe regular meal for only $49.90. A deal for the smart spender. Nazo.
This is Chakalaka Norris, and he's hella spicy. So spicy, he once became a manager just to viable Karen. And Yazin, he's so spicy, he eats Nando's chicken in Savannah ads.
This is Savannah Chill Chili. Drink it or don't, I don't care.
Crisp and dry with hints of chili and ginger.
Spin in the city of lights with Hollywood Beds. Play Spinner Zonke online now and enter our world of fantasy. Score your dream goals with Knockout Football Rush. Prepare for an adventure with Bombs Away. Feeling for some hot fruit? With hundreds of exciting games to choose from, there is something for everyone. Get spinning now with Hollywood Bets and Spinner Zonke.
It's modern art, Serie A, live and in HD, only on SuperSport on Dstv.
We've been making our crispy and juicy buffalo wings the same way for decades. The Spur way. We use only the meatiest and most tender wings. First, they're cooked at 160 degrees to get them nice and crispy. Then we finish them off in our famous Durkee sauce, a saucy miracle in its own right. The steak, ribs, burger, and wings, people. Spur, people with a taste for life.
New York City. So much more than a city. A way of life. The home of Cruise Vodka, where raw ingredients get distilled down to reach the top of the world. 5 times to be exact. That city that never sleeps. That vintage black. Pure New York in a bottle. Cruise. Vintage black.
It's finally happened. The defense of TS Galaxy has been breached. Melusi Buthelezi in goal has finally seen what it looks like to take a ball out of his own net in a game where Cape Town City are 1-0 up in the first half. Gentlemen, it's been a fascinating encounter of Cape Town City creating the majority of the chances and the home team being a non-existent presence in terms of creating danger.
I think they're struggling to track the runs that are being made by Cape Town City. Gonzalez on the left-hand side, Mayo with that point of reference being Lake. Also the interchange of positions, the late run that are being made by Hudeman into the box has been amazing for Cape Town City going forward.
You know, Bongani, I thought this game was going to be interesting, where about 12 minutes into the game, Nathan Fasika picks up a yellow card. You think, this is something that TS Galaxy are going to be able to exploit.
Yeah, it's been disappointing. I mean, TS Galaxy has kind of gone back to their old selves, you know, in that first game where they lacked ideas in the last third. And surprisingly, they really have lacked ideas. I mean, here, Fasika, gets done by the bounce. You know, as a defender, you take that, because if that goes through, my word, your keeper's in trouble. So you take the yellow card. That's intelligent defending. The only problem is it's early on in the game. It puts you under pressure. But then again, like we said, TS Galaxy haven't really created much in the final third.
What pressure? Since then, he's enjoyed himself, Fasika. No one's really even got close to him. No one's really made him make a tackle that could potentially be on the line, a second yellow card. It hasn't been happening.
It hasn't. And that's when you now look for, your experienced players to come on now. Hopefully, if Villa was there, Villa would be intelligent enough to spot that and put him under pressure and pin him and try and get something off him. But again, there just hasn't been much creativity in the last third. It's quite disappointing. When you got players like Mbata and so on and so forth, you back them with a low center of gravity to create chances in the final third.
The experience also of Fasika is that he should know, he's a senior player at Cape Town City, he should know that it's an evening game. In the evening game, as soon as the ball bounces, it will skid off the turf and it will generate a little bit of more pace. He misjudges that one and he takes a yellow for the team.
There's a third goal of the season for Kanyisa Mayo. The 23-year-old is having a sensational season so far to build on what he began last season for Cape Town City. This is how it happens. Watch the pass that goes outside here from Mayo that finds Gonzalez.
Brilliant. Left foot crossfield pass, and look there, he's in the box to finish it off. Those two have sort of a telepathic connection at this point. Both now on 3 goals, 2 assists for both of them. I mean, if they carry on with this vein of form, you're looking at player of the seasons here.
Connected via Bluetooth, eh? Is that how it is?
No, the Bluetooth is properly strong.
There it is, Darwin Gonzalez and Kanyisa Mayo. Lakay battling with Sanoka in the middle there. They can't get onto the end of that, but what a finish there. There's more to look at in terms of how that goal is built, Pumuzo.
There's more to look at, because when you look at the understanding of Mayo and also Gonzalez, this is what I want to show you. Because the transitional goal, as soon as they whiz that ball back, look at the hand of God is on Mayo. Look at Gonzalez, hands up, saying, Mayo, I'm free, I'm open, play that ball. As soon as Mayo plays that ball, that is the space that Gonzalez wants to go into. And as soon as Mayo plays that ball, he takes one touch to set himself up to go in there. But look at Mayo believing, going into that small box, saying, I know Gonzalez is going to deliver a good cross. He delivers that good cross. Mayo gets his third goal in the league. He's fourth in all competition to go together with the 2 assists that he has already. It's a brilliant goal by Mayo. They understand between himself and Gonzalez has been amazing for Eric Tinkler.
But what's happening on that left-hand side there, where Gonzalez is finding so much opportunity? Because this next move is going to show, again, he's able to get at Mbunjana, he's able to get in at Sanoka, he's able to really cause danger down that left.
I mean, essentially, look, Munyai there, mistimes the tackle, and now all of a sudden he's in trouble. Mbunjana tries to bail him out in terms of cover. I mean, he gets done here. I mean, left, right. I mean, look at that. Look at Gonzalez. Great feet. Look at that. See you later. Munyai comes, bye-bye. I mean, he's been brilliant. I mean, normally Munyai is the one that causes the trouble in the other. Sadly, they don't. I mean, look, when you look at that bench again, we're not sure why Vilagazi got pulled off last minute, but I mean, which name in there would stick out for you? I mean, yes, Villa.
Someone will be critical, especially to
Now, Cape Town City, after 45 minutes, have a lead to protect away to TS Galaxy here at the Mbombela Stadium. Kanyiso Mayo netting a quarter. The Venezuelan has been heavily involved. And it's a lovely evening, has to be said. A big impact. Mungisi Mpunjana, as mentioned just a moment ago, is also been withdrawn, and Lifa Hlongwane, the man who made the difference when they beat Mamelodi.
The original blow chasing off Seth freaking Rollins.
As he jogs back into position. I'll keep an eye on that to see how it develops.
You can tell that we've been told to try and get the ball into the opponent's half as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And Makhala has got to make some space, play the ball into the channels, and try and bury their play as opposed to just building from the back all the time.
Simango back to Buthelezi, might have considered today, but did become just the third goalkeeper in PSL history to keep 5 clean sheets at the start of a new campaign. So a lovely record for the 24-year-old. Says Hlongwane gets himself involved. He's been tracked by Mokeke. Tata Mokeke had the best pass accuracy of any player out on the park in the first half. 96% of his passes found the mark. Now Khodiman has done tremendously well up against Sanoka. Mlambo racing back and good covering from the midfield man to make that very crucial intervention with Lekay arriving.
But just too quick. for his teammates, and they only gave him one option. Too quick.
Bata back from Simango. Mlambo. This is Nyama. Recently signed a new contract with TS Galaxy. He's sitting Bata on his way. Still not cleared by Cape Town City. Nyama with an unorthodox pass. It's now with Mayo. That's great tackling. Kaleta Machal doing some defensive work. Obas slipping it through for Nyama. He will be able to keep this in play.
Offside.
Yeah, clear offside.
But the positive is there's a sense of urgency. Even the coach is applauding that. So I felt in the first half they were just too pedestrian in their approach. You can see they're trying to attack the spaces. At his positioning, good touches. He looks up for the options. No one is delaying the boat lane. They're just too quick for them.
Mlambo dispossessed. Obas winning it back. For Flongwani, finding Marks Munyani. Apelele Teto. Mlambo. Obas. That's cleverly done. Nyama. Sonoka to Simango.
Too hasty.
Yeah, too hasty. It's a little lazy from Teto. Didn't take care with that pass. Highly talented youngster.
Good touches.
Yeah, and he stood head and shoulders above most of his peers in the reserve league. It was easy to see that he was a cut or two above. Careless from Nyama. Being tracked by 3 players. Here's Mashego. Phyllis to Kize. Mayo, Kize. That pair linked up more than any other 2 players on the field in the first half. 9 times in total. I think that's they've hit double figures in terms of their link up.
There's a rapport.
Yep. Squeeze through from Lambo.
I still have a problem with how he positioned himself. And I'm comparing him with the role that Hudeman is playing. A lot of passes that he makes, more forward passes Kola gets the
Gonzalez. Risky ball to play, but he's executed it to perfection. Mokeke returns it to him. Well, sometimes you gamble, more spaces will emerge. This is Brice Mbina. Switching play in search of Mayo. Nifat Longwane is found by Makhawa.
wrong decision sometimes. The positive for TS Galaxy is that there's a sense of urgency.
A chance of consequence. It's won by Lekay. Seeking to punish his former side. He's waited too long, I think. He does get it back here from Khuriman. Bina, Khuriman.
Yeah, he just wants to commit you. You know, in the end, it makes you look bad. Because he plays the ball into space, and there's expectations for you to make a run. I think in this instance, he played it too early for Mayo. He wasn't going to go for that one.
Well, the only time that Cape Town City dropped points last season after scoring first was against TS Galaxy here in Mbombela. And Galaxy looking to hit back. Makhawa dallied on it.
Guess who read the situation and the danger? Mukeke.
A wasteful ball. But yeah, 10 times last season they scored first. Cape Town City, they won 9 of those games, and it was only when they made a trip here in that 2-all draw after Mdansani had opened 50 seconds into the match. And they dropped the points after scoring first. City looking for back-to-back wins in the Dstv Premiership, their last league match against Kaizer Chiefs, 2-0 victory. And it will be the first time in 13 matches that they get consecutive victories. They haven't managed 2 in a row.
I see the final pass, but there's someone that makes it happen. It's by Ahud vandaag. Goede man.
That pass a little too hot for Makhawa to handle. He's indicating as much. How do you expect me to control that? He says. Frustrating evening for him so far. Really, really good off the bench against Chippa United last time out. If TS Galaxy can rescue a point here, they will reach double figures in terms of their points tally. It took them until match day 14 last season to hit double figures in terms of points. Whichever way you look at it, certainly an improvement on last term. Ramovic now been in charge for 11 months. Seeking to turn the club around as Gonzalez looks to get around Simango.
The intelligent one. He gets the ball into the box. He knows that it's a very tricky area. he cuts inside. He knows that if you don't get it right, you could foul him, putting pressure there. And given Simango. Speedy Gonzalez.
Craig Martin. A new dimension for them to have to deal with as the 25-year-old Wade Lekay is withdrawn. Oh, problems here for TS Galaxy. Melusi Buthelezi has turned it behind for a corner. It could have been so much worse, though.
Under all sorts of pressure, didn't look convincing at all in clearing their lines. Mayo almost got it right.
And Yama didn't know much about the block here.
A small line. Yeah. Pressure is still on.
Corner from the opposite flank. Stopped with a little better. Khuriman's located Mokeke. Mokeke knocking it forwards. Yama watch this out. So making another change, TS Galaxy.
Is it Obas who's coming off?
It will be Batusi Obas who makes way. He's been subbed off for the 3rd time this season, and Potlongo comes off the bench for the 4th time this turn. The 25-year-old might be the player to turn things around for TS Galaxy. Former Cape Town Spurs man. Into the guise of Ajax Cape Town whilst he was still there. Joined TS Galaxy in 2020. Teto away from Mbina, and trying to fire it through a thicket of bodies.
I think he's cramping. He is cramping. He's not going to last. He tried to improvise. Look at him taking a shot, and after that, after taking that shot, just signal to the bench that they need to change him. You can tell he's down. Keletso Makhalwa.
He's looking for it to just all come together for him. Hoping TS Galaxy will be the place, his 4th loan spell. Ramovic has seen enough from him to start him this evening in place of Apelele Teto. He's now onto the park. This is Darwin Gonzalez for Gonzalez, which is going to get him into the book.
He was just naughty there. Had to take one for the team because two of his teammates were bypassed by Lohani.
Darwin Gonzalez along with Kanyisoma and Tata Mokeke. Three players who this season for Cape Town City have started every single game. Ramovic has been very consistent with his lineups this season, more so than most. He did say prior to the game that the outcome, but 25 minutes remaining, his side trail. So Makhawa will perhaps give one little burst of effort. Trying to nod it forward there for Teto. Mlambo to Hlongo. Hlongwane, nice touch with his head. Being tracked by Martin. Nyama. Tekafasa Nyama goes tearing forwards. Good intervention. Corner.
Looks better. They've upped the tempo a little bit. Hlongwane getting involved in these moves, making things happen in that midfield, getting the ball into the danger areas, and suffering as a team. And sometimes it takes a defensive midfielder to commit and get it right. It's that man.
Zamakawa does make way for Sibelebela, another player who's routinely been used off the bench. In fact, he has made his way onto the park in all 5 previous games, so this is the 6th. Way by Fasika strongly. We'll get the free kick for Galaxy.
Positioning wasn't good. Craig Martin got desperate.
Darren Keats has a challenge for that one, and on the follow-up, Apelele Teto trying to meet it cleanly. That one is skewing off his boot.
I think it's Phillies that got the head.
It is, yeah.
man who has an appetite to score against TS Galaxy, Dantsane, is likely to come on.
Guliman, clever. Gonzalez tried to return it to the 22-year-old who would have had a pretty easy finish if it had made its way through to him.
They're just having fun. Gonzalez and Guliman. Look at the pressing that happens. The TS Galaxy trying to get out of their zone. It ain't working. How about that 10 from Guliman? Pressure is on.
Gonzalez takes. Dina was setting himself. Out to Gonzalez again. It hasn't quite gone out yet. Darwin Gonzalez having an excellent game. Just as he did the last time these two sides met, he scored the opener in that 2-0 win. A lovely control and turn and volley. And today he's provided the assist for Kanyiso Mayo. A solitary goal that separates these two sides. Gonzalez towards the back post. Fasika waiting. Had it been prodded over. Mayo's claiming he had. Mayo's claiming he got the touch that put it past the line.
Someone is injured.
Yeah.
That looks like a goal. We'll have to see it once more. How the assistants on the far side couldn't see it, the referee. We'll have to look at a couple of things. The assistant, the referee's positioning, in swing, not convincing to clear their lines. Was it in? It was definitely in.
That's
way in.
It should be a second for Mayo.
Look at Munyai. Both feet in there. I'm afraid that's a goal. Something could have been either a penalty. In fact, that ball is in. It's in all aspects.
The second assistant is well positioned. How on earth he hasn't spotted that?
Munyai who's already.
I have no idea.
I want to see the positioning of the referee. I can see the assistant on the far side.
Yeah, he's standing at the corner flag. He was very well positioned.
Yeah, and they're in conversation. You can see.
Man.
They were in conversation. That's a goal.
Well, Kanyiso Mayo robbed a legitimate goal. A legitimate goal that would have, and I say would have, Brian, but it would have taken him level with Shalulile at the top of the goal-scoring charts. So that's disappointing. That the correct decision has not been made.
Not a good evening for the special one. Shalulile last night.
No, not at all.
Not a good night at all.
And that obviously has a lot to do with the performance of Hlachwayo.
I think it's a performance that had Coach Rulani. He took a tour of the field way after the match.
It's rattled towards goal.
Is the referee cramping as well? Or is he just fixing his boots? Oh, okay. I thought he was cramping. Dantsane is about to come on. And here's Munyai coming off. I think there's two players that go. Listen, I can understand why the assistant could not.
So, Tahir Guliman's evening is over, and a man, as you very aptly put it, who has an appetite for goals against TS Galaxy is on to the field. Dantsane, this club's all-time top goal scorer, and 4 of those goals have come against TS Galaxy, 3 of them last season alone. They scored twice in that 2-2 draw here in Bombela. The first one inside a minute, his second on that night just past the hour mark after a goalkeeper mistake from Vasily Kolak, who hasn't really got a look in since Melusi Buthelezi took the gloves. Cape Town City will have a right to feel very, very aggrieved if they were to go on and draw this match. Having been denied a legitimate goal just moments ago.
Yeah, I think we both agree that it was a definite goal.
And that wasn't offside either, so... We're hearing it wasn't an offside call. The ball may have strayed out as it was played upfield. This is Darwin Gonzalez at the other end of the park, and Gonzalez licks it back off Monyai.
You know, I'm laughing because I'm just looking at the freedom. This is pure frustration, I can tell you. This was more frustration, retaliation, and I think in the interim he had himself, Mashego.
Well, that's three. That's three of the four defenders that have yellow cards now. Mashego, Fasika, and Mkize.
He's cramping.
You must have seen the innovation with Gavin Hunt mic'd up
this is
last night.
Committing a foul.
And we wish
Then
that
he
Eric
stands
Tinkler
up.
was. He is incensed on the touchline. Mbata. Kotlongo. Out to Nyama.
Looks like there's a bit of a row-row. There's a bit of a row-row going on between the two benches. Game of emotions. You have the visiting team leading 1-0.
Yeah.
And you have the host trying to conjure something out of this thing and it's not working out. Frustration starts creeping in. Tempers starts rising too high.
Fourth official, Tabu Kabela, is a busy man. It's Greg Itafia who is involved in a bit of the heat down there between the two dugouts.
He who was Swallows goalkeeper, Greg Itafia.
Lucy Buthelezi is very privileged to have Itafia as his goalkeeper coach. As Gonzalez may finish it here.
Selfish. And I say selfish because if it had gone in, it would have been a special goal. Tight as the angle was, but look at him, Tantan is setting him up. Gets there, and he was expecting a return ball. I would say yes, he deserved to get one, but they always say they are allowed to be selfish when they get inside the box.
Mlamba to Flongwane. Stab through for Flongwane. Set back for him by Teto. Well intercepted. Wanyama. Very advanced. Can't let Craig Martin get back on that. And Craig Martin, it's the second foul he's committed since coming onto the park.
He knew what he was doing. Actually, he's lucky that he didn't get caught with Craig Martin.
Good exchange of passes. Ryan has fired that towards goal.
Not too bad. You can see what he wanted to do. Brought in a bit of life into the attack force of TS Galaxy, full of energy from that Dover man.
Ryan joined halfway through last term from Maritzburg United. Teto to Munyai. Fended away by Phillies. Come again, that's easy to deal with. Sanoka. Tet scrambling away from Mpina. The Cameroonians brought him down.
Whether it's the knee or...
Well, he will be replaced. And Terence Mashego is withdrawn. Coming on in his place is the veteran Mark van Heeren. And the move to Cape Town City saw fit to bring him on board after he had left Stellenbosch. He'll be hoping that what happened to him against Swallows on match day 2 doesn't happen again. He came on late to try and defend the points that they had away from home after they come from 2 goals down. Then he committed a foul in the box, gave away a penalty. He ended up losing that game. Darwin Gonzalez has run his race for the evening, and Keanu Cupido adding even more defensive steel. Will be Paflongo to take. So Paflongo hits it. Keats flying across goal to make the save.
That's a save for the Cameroons.
Yeah, probably hitting off target.
Good catch, though.
Now, Kenisa Mayo looks to be in some distress. That does not look good at all. So finally onto the park, Spasiso Vilakazi, who was on the original team sheet. A 32-year-old who has been featuring regularly for TS Galaxy, having only made 2 league starts across the previous 2 seasons with Mamelodi Sundowns. Oh, it's completely off the ball by Sebelebele. Seeking out Martin. Lamont to Nyama. Lambo again, positive with his pass. Mark van Heerden cuts it out. Draw with Amazulu, and their win over Supersport means they're coming into this game, they're unbeaten in their last 5 at home, which eclipses their best ever run in the top flight. They would have been hoping to continue it this evening, and they may still if they can equalize. 8 unbeaten at home in a row in the 2018-19 First Division season is their best run at home overall. Sasi taken by Teto. Into the feet of Munyai. Mlambo. Still Mlambo looking to burst past Mbina. He's set it back for Munyai. With the heel extension. Still they keep the ball alive. Sanoka. Hlongwane to space for Vilakazi. Strength shown by Tariq Fields.
They have to defend their lead. As a result, they've got to suffer as a team. That's Cape Town City leading away from home under pressure. With about 7 minutes to go. The congestion is still in that midfield.
Cape Town City come here having played their last 4 games at home, including their cup match. Haven't been on the road for a while. They've lost their last 3 away matches, including against Stellenbosch last season. That's for the first time since 2017. They've never lost 4 in a row. And barring something dramatic, it seems as though they will prevent that from happening. And here's Nyama for the Rockets.
There's no danger as long as they keep playing it onto the sides. It works well for Cape Town City.
Sanoka caressed into the path of Nyama, who launches across in. Vilakazi, the only man waiting. Now Munyai trips off the heels of Martin, behind for a corner.
Defense.
Thank you, Grant Bissett, alongside Brian Mateo Velumtunga Kumalo, as well as Arnold Rankoko. Cape Town City have done what 5 other teams have failed to do this season, and that is defeat TS Galaxy. They've handed them their first loss of the season, and our DStv Premiership man of the match is one man who's been very consistent thus far. 3 goals and just 2 assists for Ukanyisa Mayo. Ukanyisa, congratulations. Back-to-back victories for the citizens. How would you sum it up?
Yeah, firstly, I want to thank God. It was a tough one. we had to dig deep. We had to grind results. You know, starting badly at the start of the season, but we're managing now to pick up. You know, it was a tough one, and there's still many games to come, but we had to grind.
You speak about starting a bit on the offside. Is it safe now to say that this is the Cape Town City we saw finish second last season? Are you guys back?
Yes, I can say we are back. You know, the guys have been putting in the work. The coach has been giving us information to work hard, and then as a team we have to be consistent. If you're consistent, we're gonna get the results. You know, we haven't been playing bad football, but we haven't gotten the results. But it shows we put in the effort, we get the results.
You could have had a brace today.
It was inside. No. It is inside. It is.
Well, our commentator said it was a legitimate goal. Congratulations on your Man of the Match award and the 3 points. Khanyi Samaya, our DStv Premiership Man of the Match of Cape Town City. He scored the only goal that was, of course, allowed for Cape Town City because the other one was
little combinations. You know, they're not the tallest team, but they got a lot of tricky little players, technically good in small spaces, and I thought defensively we dealt with them extremely well, especially the last 15-20 minutes, you know, where they put us under a lot of pressure. But I think we should have really killed the game off in the first half. I think I counted 3 box entries and 3 chances within the first 9 minutes. And those chances you got to take, you know, and that's been an issue for us since the beginning of the season, and obviously it's something we need to continue working on. You know, we had our moments in the second half where we could have got the winner. I thought there was a penalty because the player used his hand. So I think overall, I think we deserved the result. I thought we were the better team on the day.
Could have been 2-0 up. That denied goal by Mayo.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think everybody saw it on the big screen, barring the referee.
Let's also talk about the game management, Coach, because you also mentioned that you defended very well throughout the 90 minutes, just ensuring that you stay in the game and you protect that lead.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you knew they were going to gamble, obviously, in the second half. And, you know, they brought on Leifa, who's very good in the tight spaces, and he's very good spreading the passes. They started to use a little bit of more width towards the end. That's why we went with a back 5, you know, but we knew the type of crosses that are going to come in are crosses that we should be able to deal with. Look to force them wide, but don't allow them to come through the middle. And I think we dealt with that very well.
Thank you so much. Well done tonight. Coach Eric Tinkler of Cape Town City, 4 matches now without a defeat in the league and successive clean sheets. Very impressed with how his team played tonight, as well as we bring in the coach of TS Galaxy, Coach Ramovich. Before we even get into the game, let's just talk about the Villa situation, because on our team sheets we had him starting and then you changed that just before kickoff.
I think, no, we did the right thing, but and go on counter-attacks. So we tried but it's not easy. You know, we have to know that to win games, we have to start from the start up with a lot of energy, with the right patience, with the right focus, with the right dedication. And if you don't do it, then you will be replaced. And this is what happened today.
Speaking of that second half, you were doing a lot of work. You forced them to start defending with 5 at the back.
Yes, like I said, of course, they went on a low block. They have these fast wingers, and they try to go on the counterattacks because they were leading, and it's easier for them, of course. For us, it was like not easy because they went down, and then we have to be quicker because also the switching sides, everything, it was like too slow today. So all in all, congratulations to Cape Town for a fair, tough game. We have to just to keep going, analyze the game, make it better, and get the energy back into the team and be ready for the next game.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, the next game is against Orlando Pirates and Richards Bay FC before they head into the FIFA break. Coach Ramovich just also clarifying the Villa issue. He says initially Villa wasn't on the team sheets. It was the admin's fault who added Umungai on that team sheet. That's how it ends. TS Galaxy suffering a first defeat in the DStv Premiership. It took them 6 games. However, it was Cape Town City who walked away with all 3 points here at the Mbombela Stadium. Thank you all so much for joining us on your World of Champions. From myself, Lindiwe Ngumalo, and the incredible team behind the scenes, it's goodbye for now.
All 3 points are headed down to Cape Town. It's the first time that they've tasted defeat of TS Galaxy, and it has happened with Cape Town City. That single goal from Kanyisa Mayo is what separates the two teams. And gentlemen, it is valuable 3 points for Eric Tinkler's men. Now, back-to-back victories in the league for him.
I think determination, hunger, the desire to win today. That's what I saw from Cape Town City. A great performance by Kanyisa Mayo.
And you picked it. You felt Cape Town City would have too much today.
Yeah, you know, obviously Coach Eric Tinkler spoke about the defensive troubles when the season started and the results showed. But now, I mean, you know, Fasika has been influential, a leader, Philly's fantastic, solid. And the way they set up today tactically was also brilliant. I mean, it was a low block. You know, they were 4 at the back, but sometimes when they had to be 5, there were 5. I mean, towards the end of the game, you could literally count 6 in a line. And that was all because they know with those sort of, you know, low center of gravity type of players, they can easily find those through balls, you know, and they can thread passes in, they can play in tight spaces. I mean, Cape Town City were fantastic in terms of closing those spaces and being solid.
There was a goal that didn't go in, that did go in, that might be a goal, that might not be a goal. What did you see? We're going to talk about it after the break, but do you blame the assistant referee for not giving that goal?
There's Buthelezi, there is Nyama, there is Pochiso that are in front of the view of the assistant ref. He couldn't see it. But us on the telly, we were able to see it. It was a clear goal that was supposed to be a second goal for Cape Town City.
So in a nutshell, no blame to the assistant, because we like to blame. I mean, football fans are going to hear. We heard the coaches even saying, but that should have been a goal. Eric felt it was a clear goal, should have been seen by anybody with eyes.
Yeah. Well, you know, obviously, yes, the linesman's vision is kind of blocked. But at the end of the day, you know, Munyai he's inside his own goal, and that's the last player that the ball touched. So as a point of reference, I think that's when you want the referee to then make a strong decision in terms of that.
Yeah. Marubongani played in the UK, goal line technology. Askabina, goal line technology. We're going to a break. We're going to come back after the break. And then we're going to wrap every single thing that you need to know on the day that was on the DStv Premiership. And here it is. Download the SuperSport app to get the latest DStv Premiership news. All you do is even take your phone to the TV screen right now. The QR code is right there. Take a shot of it and get involved. There's live scores, there's highlights, there's so much more on the SuperSport app. So get it absolutely right now. I'm going to give you another few seconds because I know sometimes to get that thing that like all lined up and set up so that you can get the picture perfectly, Okay, you got it now. Great. We'll be back after the break.
The Premier Soccer League is proud to present